Are you ready for the perfect summer retreat? Welcome to my modern ocean house build, the ultimate destination to vacation in style and survive in comfort out on the open sea. This ocean base has everything you need to thrive on the water and soak up the sun. Inside this amazing structure you'll find a large spacious dino pen able to hold plenty of dinosaurs with crafting and storage facilities. Head upstairs to discover a large modern kitchen, perfect for preparing grand feasts for your ocean-faring tribe. A dining area where your whole crew can gather for meetings or celebrate your latest bounty from the sea. And a relaxing lounge where you can kick back and watch your favourite YouTuber. That's me, by the way. But that's not all. Step outside to find a swimming pool that doubles up as an ocean pen for your aquatic creatures, and a stylish barbecue area where you can feast until your heart's content. If you find yourself enjoying today's video, don't forget to smash that like button, share your thoughts or future build ideas in the comments, and why not subscribe to the channel? It's totally free and helps me out a ton. Now without further ado, let's dive into today's video. Hello ladies and jelly spoons, and welcome to another building tutorial with me, Lols at Lance. Before we dive in, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you watching at home. We've just hit 20,000 subscribers. I'm honestly so grateful for all the support on the builds we've created together so far. You lot are honestly amazing. If you're using this build today and you haven't already, why not consider hitting that subscribe button to stay up to date with all my future builds, or even become a channel member if you want to support the channel even more. Now today we find ourselves out on the ocean, and for this build I've chosen to use the center map. It's got a huge open body of water that felt absolutely perfect for this ocean house concept. But of course, Astraeus and the island would also be great spots to place this base, so build this wherever suits your adventure. Okay ladies and jelly spoons, now obviously we are going to be building on the ocean, which means we need to build an ocean platform. Now I've already gone ahead and built the ocean platform, so this is 18 by 14 ceilings wide. I just pooed. And it's going all the way down onto the ceiling. Look at that. It's 18 by 14 ceilings wide. And how did I place these in? These are simply placed in with ceilings and pillars going all the way into the ocean floor. Okay, well you might have noticed that I have decided to build in Adobe today. Now Adobe is a material, it's not a material, it's a structure. But the material of clay is one you can obtain on Astraeus and Scorched Earth. The other maps, I believe, don't supply you with clay, so you'd have to probably bring over Adobe for a server transfer, or you just use a different material. Now, what other material would I use? For the floor, I'd use stone, and then for the actual build itself, you have many options. You've got stone, metal, or wood. It really doesn't matter which ones. I think stone would probably look the best out of all of those. So there you go, but I will be doing Adobe today because I like how clean it looks. Okay guys, so how are we going to start this build? Well, let me tell you. We're going to start at the bottom left corner of your rectangle that you've just made. So the 14 by 18 rectangle, we're going to go to the bottom left. And then from here, we're going to go across. Well, we're going to count. We're going to count 1. So we're on the long side here, as you can see. And we're going to count 1, 2, 3 back, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on this fourth ceiling, we're going to go ahead and place in a quarter wall on the left, just like that. So again, it's 1, 2, 3 back, and then 1, 2, 3, and then on the fourth, you're placing your wall. So from this wall, we're going to go up by 7 in total. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then what you want to do is do that same thing again 4 times in total. So 3 more times. We're going to go across. So we're going to miss a space and then do another one here. We're going to miss a space, do another one here. Miss a space, do another one here. So let's put these in now. Now from the second wooden quarter wall line that you added in, we're going to go ahead and place in some quarter walls. We're going to go across by 1, 2, 3, 4 in total. and then go up by 4 as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to go 1, 2, and go all the way up. Do another 1, 2, 3, come back down. And then go back up again. And then we just simply want to fill this side in. But lols at Lance, why are you only using quarter walls, I hear you ask? Well, I'm using quarter walls mainly because there are no seams in between the walls, which I really like. Obviously, if you're using a custom cosmetic or something else, it shouldn't really matter. And if you're using stone walls, the same goes for stone walls, I believe. No, actually, stone walls, you can use a full wall. So, I mean, pick and choose where you use your full walls, but I'm using quarters all the way around the build. And just to prove a point, if I do this, you'll see. Well, this has like the wooden beams inside the adobe wall, which I don't want for this build. I just want the nice quarter walls because they're smooth. Anyway, let's get on with the build. So we're going to place in some full ceilings now to fill this in. And then from the right of this, we're going to go ahead and add in some more quarter walls. Now, we're going to go up by 20 in total, which is quite high, so you might need a flyer. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Perfect. Now, while we're at the top, we better as well go across by a total of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we want to come all the way back down. There we go. So we're going to keep using our quarter walls, and we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and just fill this whole section here we just made. We're then going to go back a quarter ceiling, place in some quarter wooden walls, and then get our glass, and we're going to go all the way to the top with our glass. And then at the very top, you just want to add in some more quarter wooden walls. And then simply, you see you've got this giant gap going all the way around. You simply just want to fill this in with quarter walls and ceilings. And that is the main tower in. Now, from the main tower here, we're going to go out by 2 quarter walls. We're going to go in, rather, by 2 quarter walls. This obviously is a full wall, so you can use a full wall here if you'd like to. So I've just gone up by 3 in total. We're then going to use our quarter wooden walls again, and we're going to go up by 2 from here. And then we're going to go across by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in total. And then we want to grab our windows and go up by 3. And then just fill this all in. Now that we know how high this is, we can go all the way up with these quarter walls on the left here. We're going to place in some quarter ceilings above the windows, going all the way across, and then we're going to add on an extra quarter ceiling on the end, and then we're going to go all the way across with quarter walls. And then above this, we're actually going to go across with full adobe ceilings. So we're going to go 1, oopsie daisy, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to use windows here. We're going to go up by 2, and then go all the way across. And then again, I just want to come into the tower section and just fill this whole area in. Now above these windows, what are we going to do, I hear you ask? Well, we're going to do something similar to what we just done. We're going to go out by a quarter ceiling again from the window. And then add in an additional one on the right. Then we're going to get our quarter walls. And we're going to go all the way along. Now, from the left, we're going to count 5 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to go back to the left again and count 1, 2, 3. Now, that side is basically done. We're going to come onto the left side again. And I do know that it's a little bit tricky to get up to these high places. So I do recommend using some sort of flyer like an Argentavis, because we're going to be building off the ground quite a lot. Or you could alternatively use some cheap scaffolding like thatch and stairs to get you up to places that you need to get up to. Guys, I've cocked up slightly, and that's fine. Listen, Lance cocked up twice in a row. I've re-recorded this whole section twice now, and I'm not re-recording it again. I've worked out a quick fix, and I do apologise that we're going to have to slightly edit this. So I was just testing something out here. That's fine. That's fine. I'm sorry. This is a tutorial. I should just redo the whole thing again. I'm not. This is. It will drive me insane. It's fine. We've done all this. It's fine. That's all fine. We are going to, however, edit this. I've just cocked up ever so slightly here. So what I need you to do is we're going to delete. So we're going to count from this wall here. I'm so sorry about this. From this skyscraper here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then delete this. That is gone now. Goodbye. I just killed my Therizinosaur. Everything might be going wrong, and it's fine. This is the best tutorial you've ever seen in your life. There's no flaws in this tutorial. It's absolutely fine. So, okay, so here's how we fix this, guys. And I can't believe my Therizino's just there. So 1, 2, 3, that is perfect. Then we're going to go ahead and add in some quarter ceilings above this. And then we're going to do like we had before, just place in these. We're going down 1, 2, go out by another 2, and then come down again, and back up again. Now, this wasn't the main issue, guys. This wasn't the main issue, sadly. It's this stuff here. This, I cocked up slightly, because this is meant to be back by another quarter back that way. And I'm really sorry about this. I think this is an easy fix. This is why I'm not re-recording this. This is a really quick and easy fix. We're just going to pick this up. Everything is fine. No angry comments. Everything is fine. You love me. I know you do. Okay, this is better. Okay, we're here. We're fine. We're on with the tutorial. So, now, from here, we're going to add in quarter ceilings. Just like this. Look at that. And then above this, we're going to add in 1, 2, 3 quarter walls. Obviously, missing out this slight little gap here. Then we're going to miss one. We're going to miss one. We're going to add another one in here. 1, 2, 3. We're going to miss one. We're going to add another one in here. 1, 2, 3. Now, from here, we can add in the next section, which will be quarter ceilings. Now, these quarter ceilings are going to go across by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in total. And then you want to add in quarter walls on this. That seagull just gave me a heart attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 in total. And then we're going to go up on the left by 5 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then back towards the main tower. Now, we are going to need to add in one more line of quarter walls, wooden walls here. So let's add that back in. And we're basically back to where we were before with that. That's fantastic. Oopsie daisy. Okay, let's go ahead and do something similar to what we've done before on the tower here. We're going to add in quarter ceilings along the bottom. Oopsie daisy. And then we're going to add in our glass. Now with this glass, it's going to go across by an extra 1, as you can see. And that is fine. That's what we want. And then we're going to add in, just fill in the gap. We're going to fill in the gap here. Now we're going to add in our quarter wooden walls above the glass. And then just fill in the gap. So from the top of this section we've just added in, we're actually going to add in full adobe walls above this. And then from these ceilings, we will add in more quarter walls. This time we're going to go across by 9. So that's 9 in total, guys. You're just going to miss out the last quarter wall piece there. Then we're going to go up by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then go back across. And then you simply want to fill in this section here. And then you're literally just going to rinse and repeat what you did on this tower, or this section here. It's not a tower. I don't know what to call it. This nub. We're going to copy that nub. There we go. That side is all done. I can't believe I made it through that alive. I've actually done it. So this side's done. The one thing that didn't make it through alive is this Pterosaur, sadly. Rest in peace. He was there when I designed it, and now he's dead. Okay, let's start this side of the build. Now for this side, we're going to go ahead and place in a pillar coming down the edge there. And now we're going to start with, not the section we just did the pillar on, but we're actually going to go up here, where this whole section's a bit coming out a bit here. We're going to go across by 10 from here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to count 1, 2, 3. And on the third one, we're going to go down to the floor. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, if you include that one. And then we're going to keep going up. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And now we're going to meet back up to where we are on the left. And in total, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to keep going until we get to 14. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then from here, we're just going to go straight to the ground. There we go. And then lastly, on the left here, where this little piece is sticking out, we're going to take this section up and down. Okay, this is looking good so far. So I just want to fill in this section we've just done here. We're going to go up by 2 in the middle. So 1, 2. And then we're going to continue this 2, going all the way to where the pillar is. And then you just want to fill in this gap. And then put in some quarter ceilings on top of this. And on top of this in the middle. There we go. Now in this section here, we're going to have some glass. So let's go ahead and place in the glass. There we go. And then on the right here, this is going to be a big tower of glass. So what we want to do is go out with the quarter walls. Well, go fill that in with the quarter walls. And then we're going to go in with quarter ceilings. And then similar to what we did with the other tower, we're going to do quarter wooden walls at the bottom. Glass. And then quarter wooden walls at the top. There we go, that's that tower placed in. And now this section here, we're not going to have any windows or anything. This is just literally going to be quarter walls going all the way up in the middle. And on the sides as well. So on this side and on this side. We're also going to need to fill in these gaps as well. So this gap on this tower. All the way around here. And the gaps here as well. So the ceiling there and coming back down here. So let's go ahead and do that now. And once you've filled in those sections, it should look something like this. Now, up the top here, we're going to be placing in some quarter ceilings. Oopsie daisy, I want them the other way around. There we go. And let's place them going along the side here. And then we just want to place in some windows going across the side. And it is going to go a little bit further, like by half that way. And that is absolutely fine. And then we're just going to fill in the gaps. Okay, this is looking pretty good. I am going to go ahead and place in some pillars there as well. And I might come back later and place in some more pillars on the windows. We'll see. We'll see. I'll make that decision a bit later. But let's go all the way around this side now and get to work on this. Oh, my Therazine is still there. Oh, God. Okay, well, now to start off this side, we're going to grab our quarter walls again. Now, you could use a full wall here if you would like, because we're going to go 2 across like this. But we're going to go all the way up by 14 till we get to the top. So let's go all the way up now. Okay, so once that section is in, we're going to go across by 8 in total. 8 quarter walls in total. So we've already done 2. So we'll do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then fill in the top. And then you just simply want to go back down to the ground again. Okay, now at the bottom, we're going to go ahead and add in 2 quarter walls going up all the way along, followed by quarter ceilings in this section here. And you know the drill by now. We're going to do the exact same thing we did on this tower here, with the quarter walls at the bottom, quarter walls at the top, and the glass in the middle. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, that's looking great. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky, because we're now going to come up to the top of the tower. We're going to place in some more quarter walls up here. We're going to go from the right. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then above this, we're going to go 1 and 2. And then above the 2 bits that we just added in, we're going to add in a ceiling, a full ceiling. A full ceiling right there. Now, this is where we're going to be having a tower that comes around and then goes all the way down to the floor. Now, this is where it gets a tiny bit complicated. For me, not for you at home. Mainly for me, it does. For me, it does. So I think I need to do a ceiling, then a triangle, then a ceiling, then a triangle. I just pooed, and then a ceiling, then a triangle, then a ceiling. Okay, now you think that wasn't that complicated. It's because now the whole build doesn't quite line up. There's going to be a slight gap in a bit, but that's absolutely fine. I found a workaround for the gap. So from here, we're going to go ahead and place in some pillars going around the skirt, followed by 7 windows coming down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you're going to want to do that on each of these sides until you get to here, leaving out this section here. There we go. Now you're going to add in some more pillars going around the skirt of the glass, followed by quarter wooden walls, followed by normal adobe walls, or whatever material you're using. Okay, that's looking good. Now let's go back up to the top because we haven't finished yet. We're going to add in some quarter wooden walls above this glass. Okay, now this next step, I can't completely remember how I did this. I think I need to put a pillar in here. I think I need to do 2 more quarter wooden walls here. Actually, maybe we do go over here. Maybe this does happen. Because I actually am going to double up on... Let me just change that. We're actually going to double up here. I know we just placed in all of these ceilings. I think we're going to double up. We're going to do double ceilings. So we want to go on top of this. We're going to put another ceiling. And go all the way around. And the reason I've done that is so that we can place in some sideways pillars. Because I believe you won't be able to do the sideways pillars otherwise. And then simply from here, we're going to go up by 3 in total. So 1, 2, 3, all the way around. Okay, that's the tower all placed in, looking fabulous. I'm going to quickly show you where the jank is now. The jank is that the whole build... I'm so sorry if there is this all. The jank is the whole build lines up to the floor. Look at this, all lines up to the floor. Now that we've done this section, it's come out from the grid. We're not currently aligned to the grid, and that's absolutely fine because Lance has a fix. Now, to continue the build, we're actually going to have to come to the inside and place in some wooden ceilings. Now, if I just show you where this is. So you see this tower here, and then we've got this section in the middle here. So 1, 2 windows down is where I want to be placing this ceiling. So 1, 2 windows down, place in a ceiling. Then go to the right, so we're in this middle section here. And then from here, we're going to go across by 12 in total. So 1, 2... So that's 12 in total, guys. And this is going to be our guide in a minute to help us place in the rest of the build. But before we do any of that, we're going to have to come back to the tower now. And we're going to place in... Now, I think the best way to do this is probably to place in a quarter ceiling where we've got these 2 little sections here coming out. We're kind of hiding that now because we're going to come out now by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then below this, we're going to place in some quarter walls. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to go down by 9 in total. So we've already placed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we're just going to make a rectangle with this. Now we're going to do similar to what we've done on the other windows. We're going to place in 2 quarter ceilings. But on this one, the difference is we're going to go up by 2 wooden walls at the bottom. Add in 2 glass and then 2 quarter walls at the top, like that. Right, we just want to fill in the gaps now. So let's go ahead and fill in the gaps. Okay, brilliant. Now, if I've done everything correctly, we should go back by 5 and we should make it to this, I think. I hope. I think and I hope. So, let's go ahead and place in some quarter walls going down. And then let's go across by 5 in total. So we've already placed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank goodness. And then we just want to fill this all in. Okay, now at this point I have avoided some jank, but we are going to get janky now, sadly. Now I'm going to go ahead and place in 2 ceilings, quarter ceilings at the bottom here. And then we're going to come down with quarter walls. Now I believe we'll come all the way down to the floor now. And then on this section here, we're just going to cover this up. Okay, so I think the best thing here, guys, is because there is going to be a bit of jank here where I think we're going to have to collide 2 walls into each other, which is going to be hard for people on official doing this. But rather than going ahead and doing that right now, because I think it would be easier if we go to this side now. So this is the front. We're going to come to this section here with the wooden walls coming down. And we're going to place in some quarter walls now 2 rows of them, in fact. We're going to do 2 rows of quarter walls. And then we're going to place in some glass by 1, 2, 3 in total. Then go up by 1, 2, 3. And then to the left of this glass, we're going to do our best to place in a gate. Now, the gate won't actually snap to where it needs to snap to. So you're going to have to do this free placing mode like this. So we're going to have to try and get this dead straight now. So around about here. That will do. And then we're going to place in some quarter wooden walls. Going all the way up. And then we're going to come all the way, oopsie daisy, all the way along here. In fact, when we get to the end here, let's replace these with quarter wooden walls. And then to the left of this, we're just going to go ahead and place in a line of quarter normal walls, going all the way up. Well, let's start off by placing in a pillar here, because we're not aligned to the grid right here. So if we place in some pillars, I'm placing in skinny pillars here. And then we should be able to connect to that pillar and go around here and go all the way up. And then at the top, we're going to go all the way across. Now, as you can see, this is the issue, guys, right here. Now, people on official... Hi, it's Editing Lance here. I actually go on to say, people on official, you're screwed, or something along those lines. You're not. You're not screwed. That little gap is the only gap that I actually end up doing. That tiny gap there. If anyone has a solution for this gap for people on official, please let me know in the comments. But as you'll see from this next section, it really won't matter too much at all. So I am going to fill that in. And then from there, we're going to place in some quarter ceilings above this. And the walls coming down. And then we're going to grab an adobe ceiling, or whatever ceiling you want to use. And we're going to go 1/4 wall high. And place in some ceilings coming across. And then we're going to come out by another one, I believe. And then we're going to place in some stairs. Fantastic. Now let's grab some quarter wooden walls and let's start placing these in. So we're going to go 1, 2 across and go all the way down. And then we're simply going to go all the way to the end. And then inside here, we're going to place in some glass. And then just hide the gap. Guys, I guess the way we actually just did that, the only gap that's going to be there for people is that gap there on official. And the rest of it should be fine, coming to think about it. That's the only gap that's going to be an issue. Now, I put in that ceiling up the top here to help us with part of the build, and that is coming into play now. So we're going to go ahead and place in some quarter walls. We're going to go up by 7. And then we're going to connect up to the wall over here. In fact, there'll be a little gap, but we'll be able to go past it, and that's fine. You'll be able to do that on official as well. And then we'll do another row at the very top. And then this time, we're not going to go do a little indent like we normally do. We're just going to go straight in with the quarter walls. Place them in. Quarter wooden walls. And then we're going to place in our glass. Okay, that's looking pretty nice. Let's go ahead and place in the decking coming out from here. So to do this, let's try and align to the wood behind. There we go. Go all the way across. We're going to come out to here. And then we can simply come out from here and go out by maybe another 1 or 2. And then below this, I can't believe I didn't fill this in. Let's fill this in first, otherwise it's going to look really weird on the inside. Let's fill this all in. And then we're going to place in some quarter walls coming down here. And that is the start of a beautiful decking, which will be expanded immediately. So we're going to go across in total by how many walls? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in total, guys. 12 in total. Okay, so this decking is going to go pretty far in that direction. So if I can take it across here. And then from here, we're going to count 9 in total going to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Beautiful. Now we just need to place in quarter walls going across. Looking pretty good. Now we can just fill in the rest with ceilings. We can go ahead and now place in some of the rest of this. So we're going to place in quarter walls going up on the left here. Okay, guys, I just made you put in that. I've been looking at the build that I designed. I think I need to edit the build slightly. We're going to break just a little bit of this decking here. I apologise again about that. When I say break, you can pick it up. You can actually just pick it up, so that's fine. And we're going to place in quarter walls, quarter ceilings instead here, going up to this section. Then we're going to just fill in this gap here with our quarter walls. And then go back here by 1. And then there's a few ways we can do this, guys. The best and easiest way will probably be to place in a ceiling up here, quarter ceiling. Then we can go back down with our walls. And then simply what we're going to do is place in a pillar, so we've got something to snap to. So I'm going to place in a skinny pillar here. And then I'm going to go across with my walls by 2 and go up by 7. And then we want to go across by 8 in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Christ. I'm placing in places I shouldn't. And then we're going to go back down all the way to the ceilings here. And then one more on the left. Now inside this, we're just going to go ahead and place in some glass. Glass all over the place. There we go. Oh my goodness me. I think we've done it. I think we've actually gone and made this kind of on spec to how I designed it. It's got a little bit off spec, but that's fine. It still looks really good, so I'm happy with that. The one thing I'm gonna change slightly, which I just made us put in, I said placing quarter ceilings here. No. We don't need that. Let's just go ahead and do it like this instead. So take those out, and then it won't be completely flush with this section here. It should be good. There we go. That is much better. On the original spec, it turns out on the original spec that I didn't realise was these walls, it was actually a full wall here that came out. So this stuck out a little bit more. And that's fine that it's not sticking out a little bit more. That's absolutely fine. We are getting there very slowly, guys. We are getting there. Oh, look at my poor baby down there. I don't know. What the hell is the decompose timer on? It must have been on like 10 hours or something. Jesus Christ, it's been there forever. Anyway, so we're going to work on the roof on this side here. I think will be the best place to start. So all we're going to do is grab our adobe ceilings or whatever material you're working with and start to fill in this section here. And then you want to do the next bit up. And then you just want to go above this and fill in this section with ceilings. Now, this section here is very important, guys, and I'm going to tell you why. Whatever you do, do not delete this ceiling right here. If you delete this ceiling, bad things are going to happen. And when I say bad things, I mean this whole tower will disappear along with this tower here. This is all reliant on this one ceiling. Guys, I actually accidentally, about, I don't know, 16, 17 minutes ago, I accidentally deleted this. Roll the clip. Oh my god. Well, fuck. I accidentally did it myself when I was doing the tutorial. And I've had to re-record this whole section again. So please be careful during with that ceiling. Just don't touch it, guys. Just don't touch it. Right. Let's do quarter ceilings after this, along with another row of quarter ceilings coming across. And then we can go ahead and place in some full ceilings here. So I'm going to go full ceilings from here. I thought I had this section perfect. I guess it's this part that's not perfect, and then it's going to, yeah. And then it goes perfect again. So actually this is fine. After this it's perfect. So that gap might have to be there for people on official. You'll just have to deal with that. Right, let's fill this whole section in now. Okay, this roof is looking okay so far. Let's just go ahead and tidy up this section here. Now, because I'm not on official, I am just going to cover these little gaps up. That's fine. And then we're going to use quarter walls to come in here and do those. I'm going to delete this random quarter wooden wall there. We don't need it. And now I'm going to go ahead and do this top tower section. So let's just fill this in with all the walls we can coming out. Okay, there we go. Now, this section here is obviously slightly dodgy. I think there's something we can do, actually, to avoid this gap. Let's just go ahead and break these walls, or pick them up. Just this little section here, just those two bits. How are we going to do this? Let's place in a skinny pillar on this section here. Now, this is the rounded tower. We're going to go in from here. So let's go in like this, and then we'll need another pillar, and then let's use our quarter wooden walls here for a bit of fancy detail, along with some glass, along with the quarter wooden walls again, and then we'll simply cover this section up with quarter walls. Now this will come inside a little bit, but I'd rather that than it stick outside. So I think that's the solution there, and then that's absolutely perfect. Look at that. And what we can do on top of this is just simply cover up that section like that. Now, there will be some windows and stuff placed up here later. I'm not 100% sure where I want to place them yet, so I'm not going to do it right now. So let's just go ahead and add in all the ceiling we can up the top here. Okay, I think that's as good as one can get it without colliding. But obviously we're going to have to collide. So there's actually more things that, people who aren't going to be able to clip. You're going to have to be a bit creative. You know what I would do? I would put giant crop pots up here with plants on. And that will just hide these gaps. That's all I would do. Okay, that's looking good. Now we can just fill in these sections here. And that is all complete. Obviously, we need to add in some windows and a door up here, because we want this to be like a little balcony area you can come out to. I'm actually tempted to... You know how we came out here? Well, went in there. I think we can go in further along here, maybe here, and then come along. I think that will probably be better, but I'll let you guys decide. I'm not going to keep changing the tutorial as we go along. Either you keep it like that, or you bring it along further to here, and then go in there and then come along. That's probably the better way of doing it. Okay, now for this section here, you'll notice that I left some gaps here, which we can fill up in a bit on the inside. However, the reason I did this is so that I reminded myself that I want to do a decking here. We're going to be placing in a bit of a decking here. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to be adding a full ceiling here, followed by a quarter ceiling coming out from here. Okay, so I think I'm happy with that length coming out this way. But how about going this way? Now I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 7 this way. So let's just put in a quarter wall here. Will that do it? Or do I want more? I'll do one more. I'll do one more. So that far in total I think will be nice. So how far is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in total. And then we're going to go 1, 2 ceilings this way. And then we're going to go 1, 2 out this way. So we do a little right turn. And then let's go out this way by a further 3 in total. And then go back in again. Okay, then all we got to do is do the walls around this. And then on top of this, we're just going to do another layer of ceilings. So let's just fill this all in with ceilings now. Okay, there's one small issue here. This is saying that we need nearby foundation support. Now that means that I'm guessing that there's not a pillar going down in the water where it should be. So let's try and work this out. It needs to be foundation support somewhere around here. And now that should fix this section here. And it does. Look at that. So all we got to do now is just neaten this section up here. So we've got this section at the front. We're going to neaten this up. There we go, those two sections are all neatened up, and then let's just go ahead and place in some railings around this build as well. Okay, there we go, guys. The railings are all in, looking fabulous. Just so you do know, off camera, I quickly just moved this section back a bit. Remember I said earlier about this, the bit that sticks out? All I've done is move it back around here. Okay, well, that is the build all placed in, looking fabulous. Now, we're going to start doing a lot more details now. So I'm going to want to grab our thick pillar and place it sideways along the top here. We're also going to do this on the opposite side around this tower here. And then back at the front, we're going to place in a pillar coming down these two sections of windows and along the bottom as well. We're also going to place in some railings on this section here, coming all the way to the back. Now, to neaten up these wooden pieces, we're actually going to use our wooden pillar and use the skinny version to just cover up the little edges, going all the way down. Fabulous. And then the last thing I think I'm going to do here is, okay, I forgot to do the bottom part of this, so we just need to fill in this bottom part of the decking here. And now we can place in these things that I want to place in. So I want to place in 2 kind of beams that come down. But I'm going to custom make these myself. So I think I'm going to do it from probably in by 1, around about here. Place in a line of quarter walls coming down. And then do it on this side as well. And then to do this side, there's no stat points on this side, so all you got to do is just add in a quarter ceiling anywhere, and then use that as your stat point. That looks really good. So we're going to place 1 extra one on this side as well. Lovely. Oh my goodness me. I think we've actually finished it. I think we've actually gone ahead and finished it. Now there's just this section here actually that needs filling in. But apart from that, it's actually looking pretty good. We've actually gone ahead and done it, which I'm really happy about. Thank the Lord. So now comes the really long-winded part, which will be painting the entire base. And the colour we're going to be painting it is white. We're going to paint the whole base white. Now if you have a spray paint gun, this will be significantly easier because you can select all the regions and just go in and paint them. Now we're only going to be painting all the adobe, or if you're using stone, then you'll be painting all the stone, all the metal, whatever you decide to use. And we've got the wooden walls here we're going to leave. We're going to leave the greenhouse, glass. Whoa, I just flew up. These sections here will leave for now on the very top of the base. These are going to be black later, but these ones in between the windows can be painted white. These ones can be painted white as well in between the windows. On the opposite side, the ones by the windows again will be painted white here and here and here. These ones will be black later, so we'll sort that out. I completely forgot to add in the pillars on this section, so honestly, I mean, I don't need to show you this. This is going to be black, and then this is going to be white. It's very, very simple. White, 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 white. White everywhere, guys. We're going to paint the whole base white, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and I'll see you in a second. And once you've painted the whole build in, it should look something like this. Now, there's just a few things to note here. You might have noticed that the glass has changed slightly. And that's because I'm using a mod to change the appearance of the glass. So it usually looks like this, but I'm using the clear glass mod, and then you're able to switch it between the two. Now obviously you can use custom cosmetics and all kinds of other mods to change the appearance of the glass. So if this is one you like, then just search for clear glass on the mod page and you'll find it. The other thing to note is that I decided to add in the glass on the top section here. And I also was just experimenting with using wood to trim the bottom part of this section here, which I kind of like, I kind of don't. I haven't really made up my mind yet, but if I just leave the camera there so you can see where I decided to place the glass, honestly, go crazy. Place it where you like. It doesn't really matter too much up here. I think it will look good no matter where you place it. And then I just added a double door frame in here and with some doors. And I did the same on the other side as well. So yeah, you can see I played about with the trim a little bit just to see if I liked it. I'm not sure I do, so we probably will change that back. But again, whatever you guys like. Now, these beams, I said we were going to paint them black. I actually ended up using charcoal. So let me just show you. We used charcoal for this. This one. Charcoal colouring. That's the colour I used for these beams that are lining the top. And I did take them around the top part here, because before we just had them along the front here and kind of coming around here. But I decided it looked a bit weird, so I've gone ahead and done it on the side bits as well. Right guys, well that's the main base all complete. I think now I'm going to move on to a little side section that's going to be quite important for this ocean build, because I want a little pool that's going to enable us to swim with our sharks, or whatever we're going to be riding on in the water, and come up into the pool. And how are we going to do that? It's so simple. It's just the most simple thing in the world. We're just going to expand. So originally we had a 14 by 18 rectangle here for the base. Well, now we can start to expand if you'd like. If you don't want to expand just yet, you can move on to the next section of the tutorial, which will be the interior. But let's go ahead and start placing in some ceilings. And with the power of editing, we've extended the platform and added in a pool in the middle. Now let me give you the dimensions so you know how far I've gone across. So I went across by an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's 13 coming out and then 14 this way. 14 of course because the platform was 14 to begin with. And then 13 this way. And then all I did was count in 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that's where we started the pool. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 2 in. And then on this side as well, 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 2 in. Now, to make this pool look a little bit more fancy, we're going to use the quarter ceilings. Now, it will make the pool slightly smaller, so you could probably skip this step if you'd like. We're going to use quarter ceilings going around the entire thing. So why did we do the quarter ceilings, I hear you ask? Well, it's so that we can colour it in. So that we can colour in the quarter ceilings and you've got a nice trim. I was just experimenting with another colour there. But I think if we go for like a nice dark charcoal colour, it will look really nice. And there you go, you've got your own swimming pool that doubles up as a dinosaur pen. Or a shark pen. It's a shark pen, really. Okay guys, just so you know, for the actual floor itself, so if you use stone, this is fine. Stone will look actually really good as the floor here. I've used Adobe, so if you use Adobe, you could do a few things. You could either paint it, slate I think will be a nice colour for the flooring, so you could do slate, which will look like that, which I think is going to look really good actually. It'll look like kind of like polished concrete, or you could use a custom cosmetic, of course, which obviously is also available on Official. So this one's Castle Craft, and this is the one I was considering using for this build. I don't know how it's going to look overall, but I think I quite like the look of that, so I think that's probably what I'm going to go for. I really like how big like the tiles are. I think it looks really nice. So I think that's what I'm going to go for, and I could even paint them as well. Look, I could paint them. I've just gone ahead and added that skin on the entire bottom section just to see what it looks like, and I'm actually pretty pleased with how that looks. So let's go ahead and move on to the interior. So for the interior, the first thing we're going to do is start to tidy up the walls. I'm going to have to move my poor Theresina's dead corpse Come over here, Therazina. You're going to have to go right in the middle so you're not in the way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Right, so as you can see, there's a lot of places where, you know, the windows are sticking inwards. And we've got all this real estate in here. Now, there's a few things we could do here. We could either, one, we could leave it like it is and use that real estate. Or we could, two, we could just cover it up. And I'm opting for a mixture of 1 and 2. So all we're going to be using to cover up these sections are quarter wooden walls. We're just going to be using quarter wooden walls all over these bits, like this. There's a chance I might also use a skinny wooden pillar on those sections to tidy it up as well. Let's see what it looks like from the outside. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, we're going to do that. And we're going to do this in super fast build mode, so you guys can just follow along with me. Okay, that is the downstairs section all tidied up, more or less. You would have noticed I left the bottom bits here, like open, exposed. That's because I had an idea, maybe I'll put some storage under here, like some small boxes going under here, maybe, like integrated storage could be quite nice. We'll see. I'm pretty sure this whole area is going to be a dinosaur pen anyway. So this will all be a dinosaur pen and maybe a crafting area over there. Now for this section over here, that's by the dinosaur gate, you can see it's a little bit off the ground. And I was umming and ahhing about what I should do with this section. And I think we just cover this up as well and then just add in some stairs. For the section on the left, obviously here we've got two entrances, which is a bit random. We've got the entrance that comes up here and then goes into the house. And we've also got this section here, which I think I'm going to make into some sort of like wolf pen or something. I'm not really sure what this is going to be, to be honest. It could just be another entrance. So because we have that there, we are going to have a section that sticks out here and comes down. And then we'll have some stairs that come all the way back down again. Okay, that's placed in. It's looking really fancy. I think this section down here is looking pretty good. So I think we can move on to the upstairs now. Now, how do we get to the upstairs, I hear you ask? Well, there's a few methods we can get to the upstairs. We could either do an elevator here, or we could do the time-old classic of stairs. And I'm going to go for option B, which is stairs. So I'm going to place in a spiral staircase here in the dome. I'm going to start it like this and then curl it around all the way till we get to the top. Now, this means it's going to come out with us looking at the lovely view, which I quite like. I think that's nice. And then all we've got to do is where we put this in earlier, this line of ceilings, we've just got to finish this up. We've got to put ceilings all over the place and fill in this entire area. So let's go ahead and do that now. And there we go. This floor is placed in nicely. I had to do a little bit of trickery with some quarter ceilings, as you saw during that fast mode. But this does work. You're able to go in, up and down. up these stairs. Look at that. Now here where this window sticks out, I'm thinking that I change the design here slightly. I think we get rid of these windows. This is on the section. I'll show you the section from the outside. This is this section here. I think we just put in some quarter wooden walls coming down. I think that's going to work a lot better. That is a lot nicer. Okay, so similar to what we did downstairs by, you know, covering up and tidying up these kind of sections here, we're going to do the same on the upstairs as well. Now, I'm thinking I might use more adobe than wood and then paint in the adobe on this upstairs section. So let's get to it and see what I end up doing. Okay, so this upstairs area, very hard to see up here because it's very dark, so I'm looking forward to putting some lighting up here. This whole upstairs area is all neatened up and looking much better now. There's still a few areas I could neaten up, like around here. It's hard to know, but you guys get the idea of how you neaten up the whole interior of the base. But let's turn our attention over to this section, because we've got windows up here, but no floor. Which means I feel like we need an additional floor here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out by quarter wall right here. Quarter ceiling, rather. And then I'm going to go out by a full ceiling. And then we'll have some stairs going up to this, and then stairs going up into the ceiling. Now, we need to make it into the, tower. So where's the tower? Let's just open this up. This is the tower, right here. We need to make it up here. Now, these doors might have to move. These doors might have to move because of this. We'll see. So I want to place in some stairs. And will this come up here? This is where I want to do it? I guess it is. I guess this is the only place I can do it. So let's get the stairs in. Now the stairs go all the way up to there. So I guess we have to go one back. So start it here. And go in. There we go. And then we can have a ceiling right here. Lovely. Okay, this is good. Obviously, this will have to change. I'll probably put the door here instead. I think this is probably a better place for the door. And then I'll put some railings around this so we don't accidentally fall in. We know that's there. So let's just, so we know. Just so we know. Let's just quickly place in some walls now. Very nice. I think I might delete these. Maybe we don't need these. And maybe we just have some stairs going up to this. There we go. So we got stairs going all the way up the build now. We've got stairs going up from the bottom floor, which will be the dinosaur pen. We've got this section, which will be the living area. And maybe some more crafting. We'll see what we end up doing. And then we've got this section up here. I'm not sure what I'll put in here. Maybe this will be like a little reading zone or something. And then we go all the way to the top. And this will be a very special area, which I don't know what it will be. Maybe a bedroom? Maybe like a, I don't know. But you know what? There's not a lot of light coming into this section. And you know what we could do? We could just quickly just add in some greenhouse glass along the strip here. So we've got a lot of light coming in here, penetrating the top of the build. I think this will be nice. Look at this. Oh yeah, now this is much nicer. Now this section here, I actually remember, okay, on my original spec build, because I know that there'll be a lot of people who have troubles with, you know, this section that, you know, kind of collides into each other. You'll have to leave that open, like I've done here. Which was my plan originally, because it will be like a skylight that comes in, which is quite nice. So if you're on official, just leave that open. Just leave that section open, and you'll have a nice skylight. But I think for me, I'm going to have to cover this up. Now, be careful, don't delete anything here. You mustn't delete anything. Instead, I'm going to place in some quarter walls just to tidy this up. There we go, that's nice. And that could be like, maybe I could put some armor stands up there or something, and that'll be like a little armory section. And you know what, we could probably, as well, just be careful not to delete the wrong thing. Put some storage under here as well. Maybe that's what we'll do, and have like some railings kind of like over the top of that as well. That could look quite nice. So there's a few things we could do here. Okay, and then coming out here, which is this side of the build, we just need to put in some stairs, don't we? Just need some stairs coming down here. Let's put them over here on the right side. Like this. There we go. That's nice. Okay, we've got ourselves a very pretty modern house, ladies and jelly spoons. You didn't think I'd ever be able to finish this tutorial? Neither did I. Honestly, neither did I. I thought that was it. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate comments for some of the sections of that tutorial. But overall, I'm happy with this. There we go. So guys, what I'm going to go away and do now is, now that we've done all the layout and everything, I'm going to go away and put in some extra additional details, which means I'm going to, you know, do the interior decorating. I'm going to decorate the upstairs. I'm going to decorate the downstairs. I might decorate the exterior as well with some plants, etc. But do not worry, because I'll show you every single little detail that I add during the base tour. And I mean everything. So I guess I'll go away and do that now. And I'll see you guys after the cinematic shots. Well guys, the base is all complete and I am ready to give you the base tour as we approach on the raft up to the docking area on the right here. And I'm going to do a perfect dock. You watch this right here. Absolutely going to nail this. Dead square. Dead square. Look at that. I'm a perfect docker. So I'm going to be touring the base and showing you guys all the little details that I've added since the tutorial, which honestly isn't a lot. It's mainly the interior and little sections like this docking area here. You know what's really annoying is I went through the whole tutorial and the cinematic shots, not realizing that I had my graphics set to epic. I had everything set to epic, and I kept on wondering. I was like, why is everything like so framey today? It's because, dude, it's because I had it all set to epic. I had the DLSS set to, like, quality. Christ. So, yeah, we're back to roughly about 50 frames per second, which is a lot better. Before, it was like 24 frames per second. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. So, I can't believe I've done all the cinematic shots like that as well. So, hopefully, they still look good. I'm hoping they still look good, but, you know. Okay, well, to start the story off, let's talk about the floor. So, we used Castlecraft cosmetic skins for the floor. And then we lined the entire area, the entire flooring, with wood, which I think works really nicely. It just kind of frames the whole build. We also added in loads of planters everywhere. Now, this is just quarter walls and ceilings on top. And then I went around all the way this way with the planters. And then on top of this are JVH modded plants. You can just use the Bobtailtails plant bots for this instead. You'll need to get a ton of plant bots to do this though. Here's the JVH modded bench that I always use on every build, and you all will hear me talk about it every single time. You just craft up your plants and then hey presto. Very, very good mod. Let's walk over to the pool. Now this, oh my god, what happened to you? Why have you turned white? Why have you turned white? Why is everything white? Oh no, what's happened? What a silly bug. What a silly bug this is. I think if I delete the paint and then reapply it, it should be back to normal, right? Yes, okay. Okay, everything's back to normal. They're looking fantastic. These ladies are looking fantastic. I'm having a nice vacation here on the ocean base. So this is a bit unusual. We've done a swimming pool, but it doubles up as a dino pen, which is kind of fun. You can't fit a lot of dinos in. You'd have to do a massive pool to fit a lot of dinos in. But my idea is that if you've got ocean tames, then you kind of bring them into the pool and then you can exit and go into the house from here. You put in some ramps and you can go in. Obviously, under the water, you'd block this section off, right? You'd block it off so it's safer for the creatures that you want here. You take it all the way to the floor. And then you've got all your aquatic creatures down here. Safe and sound. I didn't block this off. I just wanted to keep it nice and open. But yeah, you do need a ramp as well. That is an oversight. You do need a ramp. Who's a cute? Oh, don't the sharks look super cute when they're like poking out of the water? They look like they're smiling at me. He looks adorable. Anyway, we've got Wilma over here. This one's Wilma. Hello, Wilma. How are you doing, lady? And we've got the lifeguard over here looking fabulous, doing his job. These are just pillars with the triangle ceilings and then the triangle roofs on top. Very simple. These beds here, if you're interested, these are the clingers, part of the clingers mod. You can get these. Or, alternatively, you can make these. This is what I used to do, which is the janky old method, which is put in two benches next to each other, and then you can put canvases around that. That one's not done very well. This one's done a bit better. And it looks like a little lounger. Doesn't that look like a little lounger? That's cute, isn't it? Let me sit down, Dodo. There we go. Sit down on my lounger. Now again, just some modded seats and tables. This is all part of the steampunk decor. Now, the mods I've used for this are steampunk decor, Castlecraft decor, and Western decor mod. All Aaron Longstaff's mods. And in my opinion, the best decor mods you can get. I also use some custom cosmetics. I tried a custom cosmetic out here. I've forgotten the name of this one. Again, this is one of the Western decor or steampunk decor, those books, or Castlecraft decor, any one of the three. Whenever you see anything inside, it'll be one of those three. So we've got another little pier on this side as well, where we can dock up with our boat. As you can see, our boat's there. Just a nice little additional detail to this ocean base. I really like this ocean base, guys. I think it's a really fun modern house ocean base design. I think it's super fun. So let's go inside the base, shall we? Now, we've got a few options to go inside the base. We can go in through that door there. We can go through the dinosaur gate. Now, obviously, the dinosaur gate's here because you can bring your creatures over from the main islands around, take them on your boat, dock up, take them through here, and then go all the way around and put them into the dino pen in here. Now, there's also a way to get in on this side as well. There's a smaller door here for smaller creatures. I think, can a trike go through here? I'm not sure. But we put our trikes in here. And there's also a way to get in up here. So that's like almost like another garage down there. And then you can get in this way as well. And this is the dino pen. So as you can see, this is a really, really big area to store all your dinos. This whole bottom floor can be dedicated to storing all of your dinosaurs down here. Not that I think you'd need to store that many dinosaurs if you're living out in the ocean. Maybe this is more like an outpost or a holiday home. Well, we got some of our creatures here. We've got our direwolves, we've got a megatherium. Only medium creatures is what I went for. In here, you probably fit bigger creatures, but you need a bigger gate. Got therizinosaurs. I've also got some crafting bits and bobs over here. We've got our smithies, our forges. You can fit an industrial forge in here. I just felt like it didn't go with the vibe, you know. I'm all about that vibe. This here is part of the Castle Craft custom cosmetic. You just place it on top of a decor box and you get this beautiful statue if anyone wants that. So let's go on upstairs now. So these are the spiral staircases we put in that take you all the way up to the second floor. Here we go. You get a lovely view of the outside. Look at this view from this window. And if anyone's wondering about the glass is a mod. You can use custom cosmetics for your glass, of course. But I've gone for a mod that literally makes it so you can change the greenhouse wall to a clear glass wall. I believe the name of the mod is just called Clear Glass. So if you search for that, you'll find it. So over on the left here, we've got our beautiful large kitchen with a little breakfast bar where our dodos are. This guy's been drinking too much. Oh my goodness me. We've got our resident chef in the back here. All custom cosmetics here. This is a custom cosmetic. This is part of the clingers. And the stone, like the floor here, this is Castle Craft. We've also used that same custom cosmetic for the stone up here, which is kind of a ventilation fan for the cooker, which I quite like. That goes all the way into the ceiling. And then we've got some visual storage stuff as well. Now, obviously, guys, whenever I do the interior to a build, I fully intend that you guys are going to do 10 times of a better job than I am. I do a quick little, you know, decoration job. And if anyone does build this building and does a, you know, completely different interior, I'd love to see it. So do join the Discord, link in the description below, and just post in the building screenshot channel. There's loads of people who post in there every day, and I love seeing everyone's recreations of my builds. So do consider doing that. So let's pop over to the lounge area. This is my favourite little area here. Very cozy, very sweet. All steampunk decor and western decor. The TV, just canvases painted black. Would you believe it? Just canvases painted black. So, you know, I've never really used decor mods to do the interiors of my bases for these kind of builds, but I'm starting to do it now. I've started to do it. Everyone seems to be doing it. I want to do it too. I want to do it too. But obviously, if you don't have mods, you can still do the same design just with the normal sofas, the normal lamp, the normal table, etc. So you'd be fine. Over here, we've got our grand meeting room / dining area where all our tribe mates are currently having a meeting right now. How are we all doing here? Is everyone okay? Buns McFluff, are you keeping everything in order here? Yes, he is. Okay, fantastic. I'm glad to hear it. We've got a little balcony section out here, which is like a little seating area where we can come chill out if we'd like by the table, have a drink, enjoy the ocean views. It really does feel like a holiday home, doesn't it? Over here we've got a little barbecue area, nothing too special, more like just a little fire pit really. I called it a barbecue area earlier, so this is a barbecue area now. We've got our mates just sitting out here enjoying the fire. You know what, I love it, I love it. I'd live here. If this was a holiday home, I'd come here, I'd live here. So let's pop on back inside and go on up these stairs here. Now sadly, I don't think I did anything up this level here. I just added in a tiny little desk and a harp. That's all I got around to doing here. Oh, and I did some storage here. We could probably have done something a lot, you know, crazier in this area. I just ran out of time. I ran out of time. But if we go on upstairs to the tippity top floor, we have the bedroom. So we got our bed over to the right here. We've got our little western decor bed with a normal rug and some fun little decoration bits around. Nothing too crazy, nothing too special, but just a sweet little modern bedroom there. And then over here, we got a fun little situation going on. We got all our armors on these training dummies. And we got little storages underneath this, which we can access very easily. So the idea behind this was you go in and get your clothes, which aligns with the training dummy. Very, very simple. The lights, by the way, clingers again. I use those lights on the treehouse base that you guys might have seen as well. They're my favourite lights in ARK right now. They give off a really nice light, which I really like. Let's go on out here. So this area is just simply our top decking. Now, we could store all our flyers up here, or we could just simply put some beds out here to relax. Let me lay down here. Oh, yes. We can lay down here and relax. It's a nice place to chill, and you could probably do a lot more out here. As you can see, I did put a lot of plants out here with the Bobtailtails pots. And we got some potted plants. These statues are part of either the Strauss mod. I think this one's part of the Roman cosmetic skins, which you just place on top of a decor box, similar to the Strauss ones. More plants here. Let's go to the other side as well. So walk all the way to the other door here. Now this door takes us out to our flyers. Got some stairs coming down here. Now we could even put flyers up here. Probably flyers would have been better on the other side where there's more room. But I put my flyers on this side so we can easily take off. And if we don't want to go by boat or by ocean tame, we've got the option to fly. So it's really like, it's kind of an all-in-one base almost. I should have put a greenhouse somewhere and then I could truly call it an all-in-one base. Maybe that was an oversight, but it's an ocean base, which I like. An ocean base with an inbuilt pen. And I think that's it. I really hope that the frames weren't too bad. I can't believe I was playing on epic settings the whole time. Dude, I was like so confused why... I was so confused why the frame rate was so bad. I was like, damn, my PC's either struggling, or like my PC's not working very well anymore, or like ARK's like just screwed. Turns out I just had everything on epic. And well guys, I think that concludes the base tour. Very quick base tour, because I didn't add too much extra. I just added some like decorations with the plants here going around, and I added some more decorations with plants over there, and obviously the decorations inside the actual build. So guys, if you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to smash the like button, comment down below what you want to see me build next, and why not subscribe. It's completely free and helps me out a ton. And until next time, survivors, love you guys to death, and I'll see you in the next video.